What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today, nothing too special, just again another geo video. Just realized driving a couple of miles down the road and stuff like that, I'm like, I can smell oil, just old stuff. And I decided to look at the oil to see how it was, and it turns out this oil is black. And I was wondering, when was the last time I gave an oil change? And I had to do some research. And I forgot, this car has been on the road since 2016, so I'm driving oil from 2016. So today, why not change it? As well as what I'm doing today, as you can tell, I don't have any hood supports at all. It never came with it, and plus that little rod that usually came with it, it's gotten missing. I cannot find it. So what I'm doing also too, for today's video, is how to install these. And those are lift supports, basically. Those lift supports are going to help me get this hood up, so it stays up and it looks modern instead of looking for the hood prop. Let's see if I still got it. Where is it? Sorry for the there it is. Here is the rod. The rod is just the old-fashioned way, and with it on, as you can tell, that's how it works. It goes right into the hole up there, and it's supposed to stay in there, but that little clip broke, and I have to take it out every single time with the car. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be installing these little brackets somewhere here. Should be getting out of the way of the actual hood, and then one down here somewhere. I got to figure out how exactly I'm going to install them, because I don't want this thing to I don't want the hood to come slashing down on my head. Even though this hood weighs about like 10 pounds, it still hurts. But I'm also too want to install something to make it look different compared to what the other cars are. So yeah, also too, as you can tell, I cleaned the engine bay. Well, me and my dad did. Nice and clean, looks really good. So first things first, let's do that oil change. I forgot how small this engine bay is. Well, this car is so small. Dirty. Now the other reason why too I'm making this video is because it gives me a perfect time to explain what's been happening. I know I said in the beginning of the year what I was going to be like working on my Geo, working on the Camaro, working on stuff like that immediately. Well, just recently I was laid off due to budget cuts at my work. I won't say where I was working, but I've been from today marks today marks 2 weeks I have been laid off, and I've been trying to find work again. So every little thing I'm doing today is just maintenance, preventive maintenance, for hopefully when I find a job. But until then, I'm going to show you the process of what I got. And not only that too, just a lot's been happening. So yeah, as you can tell too, that was not enough oil in that oil pan, was it? It may have been low. Okay, so yeah, the thing we're changing this one, that's not even a quart, that was low. Also too, people, what I've been noticing, a lot of other things, don't forget to lube up your filter on the O-ring and make sure the O-ring is off, because as you saw with me, that oil filter came off pretty easily. It's because it was lubed and it was like nice and loose for what I needed to do to take it off. You don't want it to get stuck. The rubber adheres to the engine block. Next thing you know, you're going to be fighting yourself, and then you're going to have to pull out the tools. As you can tell with me, I didn't need it. It just came right off. Pretty simple. And yeah, just make sure you lube that O-ring before you put it back on. I've not given an oil change to this car in about so many years, because the old license plate's at 2016 on it. So I'm assuming that's when it got an oil change last. Yep. Such a little ass car, but it gets the job done. There we go. Bet you anything there's not even like a quart in that oil pan. That's really dangerous. Let's see if you guys can hear this, because I thought it was funny putting the oil in right now. So I decided to put it in it, right? So if I'm going to spill because it's one-handed, there we go. Listen. Sounds like a damn toilet, doesn't it? Well, they don't call it a shit box for a reason. Alright, so next step after you fill the oil, I always like to get in the car, start her up for at least 5 seconds. Just because I always feel comfortable, especially when it comes to something like that. You always start the car, let the oil run through the system so it can get all through the lifters and get everything so you get an accurate reading of the oil level. So let's go ahead and do that. Not too bad. A little on fuel, but I haven't filled up for 2 weeks, so that's pretty good. And this is only a 10-gallon fuel tank in here. And this gets 53 miles to the gallon, so this is why I'm not mad. Okay, that should be enough. Let's go check it out. Always dropping towels. Always dropping paper towels. Okay, let's see. So let's clean it off first. And just for you know, the dipstick is back here. I think that's the funniest spot ever. Just right there. And not too bad. Yeah, it's right there at the full line. Surprising this car doesn't take that much oil. It takes about like maybe like 3.5, 4 quarts. And that's all it is. And yeah. Alright. As you can tell, it's in the air. It is on. As you can tell, it's pretty good. The only thing is, you know, as you can tell, I can't shut it. What I failed to learn, you know, before I ordered these, you know, I can't speak English well. What I failed to do research on was these are correct for the length and everything for me that I measured for mine. I thought these said 6.5 pounds. This is a 65-pounder strut support. So that means I can't close this unless this hood weighed a lot, like a, you know, Camaro, like my Camaro's hood, or like a really heavy trunk lid for a pickup, you know, the bed covers. So I'm gonna have to replace these. I think a 10-pounder will work, a 10 or 15-pounder will work. This hood weighs about like 5-6 pounds, I believe. Maybe I'm a little too strong, maybe 10 pounds. So I'm going to definitely go with a 10, or I'm going to go with a 15-pounder, and I'm going to see how that works. So yeah, at least I got an oil change and stuff like that. Unfortunately, nothing's been going on, and sorry if you hear the noise. That's the fan. It's really hot out here. It's humid. So yeah, that's what's been going on so far. That's why I wanted to make this little quick video of my life, what's going on. Not only that too, but future plans I want to try to do with the channel still, because I still don't want to give up on this. I love building cars and stuff. I do have some jobs lined up in the future, but hopefully I can get one, or I make this my job, but I highly doubt that yet unless I get up there. But, you know, yeah. But as you can tell, the Geo is doing pretty well. Passed emissions, got headlights, tail lights, turn signals, and it's working pretty good. Got, you know, pretty good and everything. Also too, as you can see, the Camaro. Camaro's been sitting here for a while, just, you know, somewhat collecting dust. I haven't driven it too much. But as you can tell, what I've been doing, there's no seat. This is really looking like a mess. And what happened is a pack rat got into my wiring harness and chewed the whole wiring harness going to the fuel pump. So I had to find the wire. It was literally underneath the dash over here. I had to get that replaced, taken out, and then get it fixed. But luckily now it works. I got my windows working, and yeah, I got pretty much everything good. And also too, my gauges, you guys have never seen it, they're digital. And this is not like anything special by special. I made that a long time ago and it still works to this day. And what I plan to do with this car is something fun in about a couple of weeks. Right now it's considered like 2 weeks before the event, but I am entering Roadkill Duct Tape Drags. I have been going to this event for the past maybe 6-7 years. I can't remember when they started, but yeah, me and my buddy Fonz, as you all met in the channel before, we both have 3rd-gen Camaros. This one is a 1985, he has a 1991. The difference is his is a stock 305 small block Chevy with a 5-speed. This is a small block 355 bore 30 over with a turbo 400 3-speed. Now the reason why I went 3-speed, well, one, it was cheaper, you know, can't find a $700 4, plus those are, you know, really glass. And two, I am planning to make this thing into a little better, fun little toy for myself. And I'm got another plan for this car. And the plan is, this car is getting an LS swap. And not just like, oh, okay, so you're just gonna find iron block and stuff like that. No, I found an LS1 from an 02 Chevy Corvette. I believe it was 02, 01, I can't remember. But the engine is a full aluminum block, 5.7 liter. And I got everything for $200, and this is like back in like 2012. Because back in 2012, I used to work at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and one of my friends was doing, you know, engine swaps constantly, going to K10s, C10s. One was a Ford Mustang LS swaps, and one of them had happened to get himself an LS7, I want to say, for his Corvette, because he had a, what was it, 85. And so he was looking around, and he found himself a Corvette, and he was like, oh, cool. And he, you know, pulled the engine out. Turns out it was an LS1. I was okay, might as well take this engine. He tore it all apart, replaced the bearings and stuff, but never really put it together. That guy later on never really showed up or anything like that, so he just had this LS1 sitting in the garage. And I asked him how much he wants to sell it for, because it's all torn apart. It was nothing. And he said $200, and not even joking, $200 for an LS1. You couldn't beat that deal. So later on, this LS1 is now in possession of me. Got an LS1 intake, got the heads resurfaced and everything like that. Pistons, I got plans for that. Maybe either that or just leave it stock, you know, make it a little fun budget build. The camshaft, I might send out to a camshaft company to get it reground to a certain profile that I want. Because here in Arizona, I still got to pass emissions, except for this, because this car is considered a classic. When we got it under classic car insurance, I can only drive them out a certain amount of times a year. So yeah, that's no fun. But hopefully soon that LS1 is going to be put together, and I will be making a montage on that and another video, so you guys can see exactly how that goes together. And with everything good, I should be making around 350 horsepower with that engine. Compared with this one, it's only making like, I believe, 289, 300. It's not that well built, but it is well built. It's just, it's hard to tune carburetors now. So yeah, that's the plan for this. That is the plan. So hopefully soon you get to see this car in action. And yeah, so yeah, that's the plan. I got to take that back off, so this video is not going to show this. I'm going to have to make a separate video on that. I thought I was able to do this video, but nope. So yeah, at least I got it where I marked it to. When I get the new struts in, I'm going to see about measuring it, making sure it fits, and then make a video dedicated to that, because I'm sure while other people want to do this kind of conversion, make their car hydraulic, so it's no longer a prop rod holding it up. So I'll eventually do that. So until next time, you know, if you like the content, hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you come back, leave suggestions for anything that, you know, you like to see on the channel. And catch you guys later. See ya.